Okay, let's talk about the RESP. And this is a registered education savings plan where you invest for a child's education and then the government throws in free money just for participating. Now, you put the money in and the government adds a bonus. It all grows tax free and the child uses it for school later. It's like the government trying to make you be a responsible adult and you're taking that money happily. So here is how it actually works. You open an RESP for your child. You contribute your own after tax money. The government matches 20% of what you contribute up to a max. The government free money is called the CESG, and that stands for the Canadian Education Savings Grant. It is a 20% match on your contributions up to $500 per year per child. It has a lifetime maximum of $7,200 per child. That's literally $7,200 of free money if you play the game right. So your money plus the government's money grows tax-free inside the RESP account. And when the kid goes to school, college, university, trade school, you withdraw it to pay for tuition, books, housing, food, whatever qualifies. Here are some common mistakes. Waiting too long to start. The CESG grants are per year. If you don't contribute early, you might leave free money on the table. The second mistake is not investing the RESP. Leaving it in cash is not good, and invest in it smartly. So diversified portfolios like ETFs, that invested money has a longer time to grow because the child is young. The third mistake is not using up all the grant room. You can catch up if you miss years, but there's a cap on how much you can claim each year. $1,000 CSG grant max if you're catching up, so you can't miss more than 2 years. Here are some rules for the RESP. There is no annual contribution limit, but there is a lifetime max contribution limit of $50,000 per child. The grant is limited to $500 per year or $1,000 a year if you're catching up. The contributions aren't tax deductible, not like the RRSPs, but the growth inside the RESP is tax-free until you withdraw it. So let's look at it this way. You contribute $2,500 this year to your child's RESP. The government adds $500. Instantly, there's $3,000 in the account. You invest those $3,000 into diversified portfolios, and if you keep doing this every year, $2,500 a year could easily grow to $70,000 by the time your child turns 18, depending on the investment returns, of course. And you only contributed around $45,000 of your own money. The rest came from the government grants and investment growth. Okay, but here's another example. Let's say you missed a couple of years. Good news, you can contribute $5,000 in a year to catch up and get $1,000 in CSG for that year. But you can only catch up one missed year at a time, not all at once. So who should use this? Parents, grandparents, legal guardians, cool aunts and uncles. If you have a kid and don't use an RESP, you're leaving free money on the table. But there's something at the end. So when the kid goes to school and pulls out money, the contributions you made are tax-free because you already paid your taxes before putting it in. The government grant and investment gain, those ones are taxed under the student's name. And students usually have no income, personal credits, and education tax credits. So the student often pays very little or no tax on the withdrawal. It's a beautiful tax loophole. Now that you stayed to the end, there's a way to get more out of your RESP investments by saving thousands of dollars. If you want to know how, send me a message and we can have a free chat.